Hello and welcome to The Insider, a show designed to clue you into the biggest news, events and announcements inside the video games industry, discussing with you some things you may know, some things you may not, and the glue that holds it all together is a little bit of my own opinion. My name is Paul James, thank you very much for watching, and let's get off with our episode. Next up, we're going to talk about the final significant AAA press conference, and that is Ubisoft's. They've got an interesting history of good and bad within every conference, a lot of style, a lot of flair, some things falling flat, some really heartwarming moments such as the Mario plus Rabbids moment last year. They've been doing some great things in recent years. They're really starting to get a few of their IP on track. There's got a lot of good mysteries going on at that at that publisher, and we're going to discuss all that they're up to next. So let's get into some of the sure things that we can expect from Ubisoft at E3 2018. The first of those is probably a game that I could not be any less excited for, Starlink. Starlink is a toys to life game in the similar sort of vein that we've seen from Skylanders, from Disney Infinity and from LEGO Dimensions. Ubisoft is trying to get in on that act. I've had it confirmed to me verbally by someone who has played it in the last few months that it does still exist. And as such, I think it's a sure thing to be at E3 2018. I disagree with this game. I disagree that it should be coming out given the failures of those other IP, but maybe Ubisoft is doing something different with it that's going to make it more appealing to a larger audience. So we'll see how that goes. Next up is The Division 2. The Division was an enormously popular game. It sat near the top of the charts for the entire year that it came out and has been well supported in the years since. The Division 2 has been formally announced, and so I think it's fairly fair to assume that we're going to see more of this game in a big way at E3 2018. It is going to be going head to head with BioWare/EA's Anthem in early 2019 supposedly, and for that reason alone I think we need to see a lot of it because it's got some significant competition and they don't want to be giving up any ground to a new upstart competitor. Next up is Skull and Bones, a game that was delayed to 2019 but is doing some interesting things based on Assassin's Creed models and some really multiplayer-centric sort of combat approaches. I'm keen to see what that entails, and we'll learn more about it at E3 2018. Finally, there's The Crew 2, a game that, by the time E3 comes along, is only a few weeks away. So there's reason for us to assume that we're going to see quite a lot of that game. But all will be revealed in a few weeks.
Season's undisputed motorsports champion coming out of nowhere to rise to the top.
We're into the 50-50 section, those games that could go either way, and I've put Beyond Good and Evil in there first. Now, Beyond Good and Evil 2 has been announced. It is official, it is a thing, people are hyped, people are jazzed, people are excited, and Ubisoft has said it's going to be at E3 2018. I've put it in this 50-50 one because I'm curious to see whether we get anything of any substance. If we get another CG trailer, that's going to be great, but there's only so long people who've been clamoring for this IP for a long time now are going to be prepared to wait until they see gameplay. If we get gameplay, I'll be seriously impressed. If we get a release year, just a year even, I'll be seriously impressed. Ubisoft, you've got an opportunity to impress a lot of people with this, so please take advantage of it. Next up, I want to talk Splinter Cell. There have been more than enough teasers with Sam Fisher appearing in Ghost Recon Wildlands and with Michael Ironside doing the job. There's a few little hints, winks, nudges, there's a Walmart leak, a few other bits and pieces that all seem to indicate that Splinter Cell is finally coming back. We are due. It's been quite some time since Blacklist came out for last gen consoles. So here's hoping at E3 2018 we see what Sam Fisher is up to next. And finally, I'm going to talk about Watch Dogs 3. I'm surprised to this point we haven't seen any sort of official confirmation, any leaks, or anything relating to Watch Dogs 3. Because Watch Dogs 2 was a massive success, piggybacking off what was a fairly disappointing original game. It took much of what Watch Dogs 1 did, threw it out, added a lot of style, a lot of flair, improved so many things, and became one of the better games of its particular year. Given that Ubisoft has abandoned the Assassin's Creed yearly model, and I assume that they've applied that to Watch Dogs as well, I'm surprised that we haven't seen anything yet about Watch Dogs 3 ahead of a presumed 2018 release. Now that may not be the case. Maybe I'm expecting a little bit too much of them. But I expect that we'll see something about this IP in some way, shape or form at E3 2018. I'm just not 100% sure, and so we've got this in this middle category.
It's about bloody time. Let's see what we've got. Moksha, just as Yama described it. True freedom lies beyond.
The Walmart leak suggested otherwise, but Assassin's Creed, I don't think you'll be at E3 2018. Ubisoft seems to be leaning into this every 2-year model that they're going for now with Assassin's Creed. It really worked in the case of Origins. I hope that they take a good, long, hard look at what happened with Assassin's Creed Origins and apply that to whatever the next game is, supposedly set in Greece, and we will see no trace, no sign of the next game in that franchise at E3 2018. I actually really hope this is the case. I want the best for this franchise, and I think the best thing it can do is remain dormant for one more year. And then we'll see a lot in E3 2019, and it'll be huge, and it'll come out, and hopefully it's fantastic, and we go from there. The next thing that I want to talk about is Prince of Persia. This is a franchise that desperately needs to come back. We haven't seen nearly enough of this franchise for quite some time, but the timing just doesn't quite seem right. A very Arabic, Egyptian-themed game such as Prince of Persia needs to keep away, given that Assassin's Creed Origins came out so recently. It's going to muddy the waters somewhat. It's going to confuse people. People may be a little bit fatigued with that particular region. I think it's wise for Prince of Persia to stay away one more year. I really want it back, but one more year, and then go at it with a clean slate. Plenty of time for people to kind of digest Origins, move on from Origins, and then give us more of what we're really, really looking forward to. So that concludes my E3 predictions for 2018 for Ubisoft. If you want to catch that conference, you can do so at 6 AM Australian Eastern Time on the 12th of June. It's not that far away. Get hyped, get excited. There's some cool things going on. I'm going to be there. You should be there. Let's talk about it together. Let me know in the comments what you think of my predictions, anything I missed, anything that I'm not maybe giving enough credit to, some things I'm giving too much credit to. Please let me know what you think down below. If you enjoyed the episode, please make sure to like, share and subscribe. All those buttons are down below here. Hit that notification bell and you'll be alerted to every new video as it goes live. Make sure to visit the website player2.net.au where you'll find reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, the Player 2 Writers Draft and heaps more. There's some awesome content there, including our E3 hub, all contributed by some of the best talent in Australia, so please make sure to go and check it out. We're on Patreon. patreon.com/player2au. Consider kicking in a few dollars. At the lower tiers, you'll get early access to episodes such as Patched, such as The Insider, the Late Game Review, the Video Games Club, Player 2 Plays, heaps more. We've got some awesome stuff there. Early access is a really good thing. At higher tiers, you can get exclusive episodes, month-long episodes that are just for you, the patrons, that no one else can view, like I said, for another month. That includes Patched or The Insider. There's some awesome stuff there to go and check it out. And at the top tier, you can join us in the monthly Player 2 podcast. Join us. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to hear your thoughts on this crazy video games business. Please consider kicking in a few dollars at that tier. We'll look forward to joining you. For rolling updates, you'll find me at PaulJamesP2 on Twitter. The website you'll find at Player2au on Twitter. And until next time, those are my Ubisoft predictions. There's some awesome stuff going on there. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.